If lean behaviors are so much more effective than the lean tools, why does so much of our training just focus on the tools? Well, the reason is that working on behaviors is very hard work. So we have to understand where our behaviors come from. Our behaviors fundamentally come from our beliefs. What we believe, how we think about the world, our mental models determines how we behave. And our beliefs come from our collection of experiences at work, at home, at life in general. Those experiences create our beliefs, which in turn create our behaviors. So if we want to start to change our culture based on lean behaviors, we need to give people new experiences. Those new experiences have to outweigh the old experiences to shape our beliefs and craft our behaviors. So how are we going to do that? What new experiences are we going to give people? Fundamentally, they need to be experiences of understanding, experiences of practice, experiences of internalization. And when we create the right set of experiences, we will shift how people think and ultimately craft how they behave. And then we will have a lean culture. As we're creating experiences for people, those experiences will drive the beliefs, which drive the behaviors. And we need to be thinking about them as a collection of experiences. How do we generate the understanding, the practice, and the internalization? So why are each of those important? So let's start with the understanding. The understanding is important because without that, when I get down to the behaviors and I have to deviate, if I don't understand the behavior, every one of my decisions or adjustments is not going to be in line with what I'm trying to do. So I need to understand the behavior before I can successfully execute it over and over. As you think about how do you generate that understanding, consider your own journey. Treat this as an inside-out leadership journey. Learn about yourself and your own behavior adjustments before you try to drive it with others. What experiences generated the understanding for you? And so as you generate that and have experiences of understanding, it will help you frame how you behave and make those adjustments, which gives the power of a really flexible, lean culture. So one of the most effective experiences that we can create involves practice. Practice is what allows us to really create that experience of executing the behaviors that we find so important. So why is practice so important? Just like any skill, practice is required to develop that competency. Whether it's riding a bike or conducting brain surgery, practice is essential. This is why doctors don't do medicine, they practice medicine. Why lawyers practice law. Also why Mark Graban titled the book Practicing Lean, because we're all practicing lean. We're learning through our experiences of actually doing it, and that's how we change our understanding and our behaviors. So the key is when we think about our practice of lean behaviors, it's not practice makes perfect, it's practice makes permanent. So two key factors in having effective practice is quality and quantity. Quantity is important because it provides that repetition which makes it permanent. There's a whole lot more repetitions getting into the batting cage to swing the bat than simply to hit 3 strikes and you're out in an actual game. So the quantity matters. How many times do I get to rehearse that particular behavior? Quality also matters because how we practice is going to be our permanent behavior. So if our practice is poor, if our practice isn't the right behavior, we're going to end up not getting the result that we want. So whether it's through the guidance of the coach or through lots of study and reflection, we need to make sure that our practice has both quantity and quality. So in addition to experiences that generate understanding and practice, we also need experiences of internalization. Internalization is where we extract the most out of our practice, out of our experiences, and it's where we really try to turn things into beliefs. So there's many different forms that our internalization can take. It can be the form of reflection, looking back on our experiences and taking the most out of it. It can take the form of feedback with other people helping us understand what we take away from our experiences. And perhaps most important is observation, really being able to look at our own experiences and extract the learning. So what's important is that as we do that, we are understanding what works, what doesn't work, and why. It's the pursuit of the why that makes internalization experiences so effective. If you take any athlete and you start to look at their use of film, whether it's a soccer player, a quarterback, or a pitcher, some will look at film of the opposing team so that they get a better understanding of what they're against. But the great ones will watch film of themselves because it's how they understand their own experiences, what works, what doesn't, and most importantly, why. It's that understanding of the why that really makes our behaviors sustainable and leads us to a path of having a lean culture.